All right, one more minute, guys. What's up, Austin?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, bro.
Could be bad.
All the Pokemon are back, man.
What's that?
All the Pokemon.
It's just foreshadowing. Grapple Knights is just Pokemon with humans. Yeah.
I could tell there was a new guy downstairs because he's like, "What toys? Huh?" I'm like, "Jujutsu." Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see. I think I'm giving them 30 more seconds in case anybody else is coming. I think got a lot of people out today.
So, probably, well, my kids' first day of school, but that was a lot.
Yeah, I think that was last week for most people, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Devin, how's the schedule, man?
It's crazy.
Yeah? You mostly night shift still?
It's a mixture of both. It's mixture of 1 to 11s, 7 to 5s, 10 to 8s. It's just there's no consistency.
Okay. We need to.
One week it might be Monday through Thursday. Next week might be Tuesday through Friday, Wednesday through Saturday. It's just...
Well, you text me on Sundays if you want to get some extra work in. I'll make it happen.
So on Sundays?
Just text me your schedule.
Okay.
You know, I'll make it happen if you want the extra work.
Okay.
Because I know you want to be here.
All right.
So. All right, let's get started. New month, so new flow for the month. Father, will you be my cameraman?
Oh, okay.
You just do the best job at it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I thought for a second you were going to be like, "You'll be the one I choke." I was like, "Oh, great."
Cody Kane. All right, just on your back. All right, so this month's flow is pretty simple, but we're going against a supine player. First thing we're going to do is step in deep to the guard. We're never going to step, if we're going to do any kind of inside passing, I'm never just going to step kind of shallow in between the guy's feet. Okay, this is just like asking for leg locks, asking to be off balance. When I step, it's your on your back. So supine opponent, I step deep, okay? We were looking to collect, and look, I make connection with the hamstring. So my shin makes connection to the hamstring, I'm deep. This makes it much harder for him to start entering my legs. It's not impossible for him, but I want to make it hard for him to enter my legs, not to give it to him for free. So I collect an ankle, and I've stepped down controlling this knee line. My next move, I start to cut an angle with my outside knee. So my outside knee starts to cut inside towards the hip and down towards the mat. Once I'm here, I continue taking my head and my forearm down, and all of my weight goes into my head and my forearm, okay? He's gonna start to, usually, especially if I put some pressure on this ankle lock, he'll start putting on the boot, right? He'll start trying to defend this, so you'll kind of curl your flexion foot, right? But he'll forget about his secondary leg. This is where we leave all of our weight on our head and our forearm, and our hips can become light. As soon as I back step into and beat this knee line, my hips can sink back, and I can lock right there. Okay? We pull them into inside sankaku. We swim under, feed them to our armpits, and our finish is going to be right here. Okay? We're just looking to trap his secondary foot in our armpit, and then we can attack the primary foot here. One more time. All right, so we step in deep, collect an ankle. I'm controlling this knee position long enough for my knee to make the switch. As soon as it starts to cut down towards the mat, my weight transfers into my head here. I can start attacking the ankle lock here, okay?
And then as he's defending this and thinking about that, our hips can become light. We back step, we sink our hips, we lock our triangle here. Now, I'm looking to back step for feet to the other side. From here, I can come under, hide this in my armpits, and my finish is gonna be right here on top. Okay? Just react a little bit. My finish will be right there. Okay? One more time. We step deep, we control the knee line. Once I've secured an overhook grip, an overwrap, now my knee can cut inside, down towards the mat. Now my head comes to the mat with my forearm. Most of my weight transfers here. There's not a lot of weight here. Okay, this is just tracking him. Here, I can start to attack. As he defends, my hips can become light. I start to back step, sink my hips, and lock my sankaku. From here, fall to the other hip, start to swim under, kind of weave through, trap his secondary foot in my armpit. And my finish is gonna be right here. Definitely don't turn, try to turn that way though. Yeah, try to hide your heel for sure. Don't worry about the finish today for these like practice reps. I just want you to feel that entry. I want you to feel your weight transfer into your head and your forearm so that your hips can become light. You're not gonna back step.
Okay? Make sense? Cool. All right, 1, 2, 3. What's up, Chad?
Yep, overwrap on the ankle. Yep, now your left knee cuts in to his left hip, down towards the mat. Now your weight transfers down towards your head and your forearm. So now your hips can become light. So now you back step over his secondary leg, beat the knee line, sink your hips back, shoot your butt back to the other side of his body, and lock your legs. Now you simply chair sit. Now you're gonna feed his top leg to your other armpit.
This leg?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Right, we're looking to capture his toes in your armpit. All right, now he's pretty locked down. Now he can attack the primary leg.
You just attack right here, right?
Yeah, we'll get to the finish. But this is, if we can get here, I'm happy. And we can go over the finish next class.
Somehow. Wow. Back. Somehow. I can't do it. You back step with the right leg or left?
Start from the top, Nevada. Let's start from the top. All right, talk me through it.
So we're coming in like this.
Yep.
Deep. Hold, keeping. Now, this is where the transition.
Now your left knee starts to cut in towards his left hip. His left hip. Your right, his left. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Down towards the mat. Take your knee towards the mat. Now post the forearm and your head on the mat. Now you could start to apply pressure to this ankle lock here. As he starts putting the boot on, all that good stuff to try to defend that. Now, all your weight, your head goes into the mat too. All your weight goes on your head and your forearm. Your hips can become light. No. Back step your right leg out and around the knee. Sink your hips back towards the other side of his body like you're trying to take your butt over there. And lock your legs. Lock your legs first though. All right, now we're gonna pass. We're gonna do a pass off. So we're gonna take our left arm under the arm, or under the leg, and we're gonna start to pass it off. We're trying to trap his toes in that armpit. Yep. Now we'll finish him on the primary leg. What's up, man?
Did that make any sense?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Sink your butt, take your butt back, Austin. So sink your hips back towards, like try to take them to the mats on this side of his body. All right, but keep that overwrap. Now just sit on your butt. Yeah, feed that. Yeah, we're trying to capture those toes in our armpit, and then we can start to think about our finish. Don't even worry about the finish today. I just want you to get here.
Okay, cool.
Knee to the mat. Yep. Now our head goes to the mat. All right. All of our weight is in our head and our forearm now. So now our right, yep, comes out. Now sink your hips, take your butt back, sink your hips down, and lock your legs. Yep. Okay.
So you're sinking the hips back, then locking legs out, or
I don't know if the order, I'm not sure.
whichever.
The most important thing is that we capture the knee line
Right.
and that our weight comes over the knees as we're locked, or
Okay.
right before, right after we're locking that lock.
So the lock is what's going to help lock the knee, secure the knee line.
Yeah, once our weight's over or beyond their knee line and our legs are locked, then when we sit back to the other side,
Okay.
they won't be coming out.
Okay.
Versus if there's no tightness or weight there, they can just slide their knee through.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep, head to the mat. Yeah, make sure we keep all of our weight on our head and our forearm here. And now we back step, beat the knee line, and then sink your hips. So you can kind of think like almost like you're trying to throw a knee into the back of his knee. So we're kicking out and back, and then back in. And that's effectively gonna bring it to your foot for the lock. And put your weight where it needs to be. Yeah. Then we just sit. Yep. Now take the left arm and feed under the leg. Yep, and then pass off to the armpit.
Okay.
The elbow comes out and around.
Rather than removing the top.
Mm.
Father has crippled me.
So the first
What's up,
step,
dude?
isn't it step towards the butt?
What's that?
The left butt cheek?
Hmm?
So whenever he steps in with the ankle hit,
Mhm.
that ankle, does he step in to the butt?
To the butt.
Into the butt?
What do you mean?
So go ahead, stand up. See, whenever he steps in
Mhm.
with his right leg first?
Yeah, it's gonna be right leg first. So we're gonna step inside leg first. Here, let me show it again too.
Trying to go more on your thighs.
Hey guys, let's look at it one more time.
All right, when we step in, first off, what we never do, right? We never step here, whether he's seated or he's in butterfly. Get it? What we're never doing is this. We're never doing this. We're never stepping shallow. This is poor. Okay, we're always stepping deep, whether he's butterfly or he's supine. We're stepping deep. We want to shut down. We want to make it difficult for him to enter our legs and not balance us. Next thing we're looking to do, controlling the space between his knees by just a hand post, simple hand post right now. As soon as I can get this overwrap grip, this is where we can go to work. Now that I have this overwrap grip, my outside knee can start to shift through. Right? Now my knee can go towards the mat. My head comes down, and all my weight goes into my forearm and my head. I can start to apply some pressure here as he starts to defend with the boot. I'm not really looking to finish here, but I could at least threaten something here. As he's defended, so focused on this, all my weight's in my head, so my hips can become light. My leg comes out, and I beat the knee line. So we see this. You see me beat. My thigh has to beat the back of the knee or the top of the knee here. As soon as I've beaten the knee line, my hips need to shoot back.
Okay, so think about taking my hips to the mats on the other side of his body by sinking my hips, and as soon as I start to cross the center line, I'm already looking to like, effectively like you're gonna throw a knee. I wanna throw a knee into the back of his knee, right there. That's gonna put my knee in position and my weight in position to lock this tightly. Now it's simply sitting. Okay, once we're here, we're gonna feed this secondary leg to our opposite armpit. So I'm coming under, out and around, and I'm capturing his toes in my armpit. Now I can go to work on the finish there. Okay? One more time. Here. All right. We're stepping deep. We're not stepping here. We're stepping deep. Here. Knee. Now that I've got everything in position, I can start to cut through. Knee to the mat. All my weight goes into my forearm and my head, so my hips can be light. As he's defending this, no problem. Back step and I beat the knee, and I knee him in the back of his knee. Now I simply windshield wipe that foot and sit. Come over, feet to the opposite armpit. All right, let's keep running. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Yep. And let your weight be heavy in your head, Austin, so that your hips can be light. Now we're gonna knee him in the back of the knee. Knee him in the back of the knee. Sink your butt back. There you go. Now we'll just windshield wipe that foot and sit to your butt. All right, now we're just gonna do a pass off. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, that looks great. Make sure we actually put a little heat on that ankle so they have to respect it. Okay? Devin, let's get that overwrap grip in his actual Achilles so that you could, in theory, attack an ankle lock here. Okay? Yeah, if he doesn't respect it, then he might be thinking about other things. We want him to be thinking about that ankle so that we can easily backstep.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you got to beat him at the knee line. Yep, perfect. Now knee him in the back of the knee. You lock your legs. Lock your legs. Yep. Now simply sit to your right hip. Nice. Now do a pass off. Come under with the left. Now push across to the opposite armpit. Nice. And tuck the elbow tight to your body. Nice. Great. Looks good. Mm-hmm. Make sure you put some heat on that ankle lock, Nevada. Let that be a checkpoint when you're doing the drill. Like actually apply some pressure to the ankle lock before you worry about backstepping. Make him respect it. There you go. That looks good. Now just windshield wipe that right foot towards his back and sit to your right hip. Just stick to your right hip. There you go. Now just do your pass off. So under, push across, feed to the armpit. Nice. Yep. When you're actually ready for the finish, we'll go over finish later. When you're actually ready for the finish, we'll just do like a typical ball and socket type of grip there. Good, Chad. Now, scoop grip. Yep. Scoop, push across, and elbow comes out and around and then glues to your body. Yep. We don't even care if we have the overwrap grip. We just you can even have like a shotgun grip here on the secondary leg, because we're going to take it out. No, the secondary leg, because we're going to take it out anyway for the finish. We're not going to finish in one hand.
So it can be a shotgun.
Yeah, as long as you've captured his toes in your armpit and your elbows glued to your body, we're good.
Okay, so like this.
Yeah, but you see how you kind of have an overwrap
Yeah.
where your hand's on the inside? It's like you can literally, you can keep a shotgun grip or even. The control point is the toes in the armpit and the elbow pinching to your body, and the fact that you're on that hip.
Okay.
Sink your butt back, Austin. There you go. Yep. Now sit to your hip. Just sit to your hip. Yep. Nice. Try to lock the lock ahead of time.
What do you think?
Before you ever sit back, go ahead and lock your lock. Yep. Just so there's no chance that he's coming out when you go to sit back. Yeah, yeah.
I'm done.
No more English with chatties.
You might get old man's knees,
Old man ankles.
not those other 15-year-olds.
Ate like 2 cups of jambalaya.
Perfect.
I think I'm dying.
All right, pass off. Yep, pass off. And then pinch the elbow. You can just, yep, keep your shotgun grip, right? And where you can, try to steer things towards that hip. That only further locks in the secondary hip and exposes their heel for the finish. So you're kind of flat on your butt cheeks there.
Okay, so
Try to still,
lean more to the left.
yeah, the hip that we fall to, we're going to try to stay on that hip as much as we can, because that's really when we capture the secondary leg. Now we have the floor reinforcing the lock, and his heel's more exposed because it's on the top side.
Okay.
We don't have to go digging for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and then when you finish, you'll bring this out.
Okay.
So like the most important control point there is you can have the overwrap grip for sure,
Yeah.
but at a certain point you're going to want to bring it out to finish.
Right.
So the main control points to always remember, even when you take your hand out, is I've captured the toes in my armpit
Okay.
and my elbow is pinching in on the, like I could even have like a shotgun grip on the calf if I want, but it's mostly about the elbows and the toes and the fact that it's reinforced by the floor.
Right.
So you can have the overwrap, but at some point to finish, you're probably going to take the hand out. So it's more important to remember like elbow, floor, toes.
Got it. Hey, I have one question. Whenever I'm here, my
Mhm.
weight and elbow, all my weight is on my forearm, sorry, and my forehead, this knee,
Mm-hmm.
am I leaving it, or I'm completely taking all weight off before I back step?
Go there real quick.
Yeah. We're here,
Mhm.
and then coming to the weight, and at this point before I'm gonna step back here, or am I losing control?
Um,
Weight off my leg?
your butt doesn't have to come up as much unless his knee is pointed north. Your butt only has to come up enough to give you the clearance for the back step.
So it just depends on.
So outside of that,
Step.
as much of your weight as possible to keep in your forearm and your head, do that.
Okay,
Like,
because at this point, unless there's a different size opponent, I don't really need.
no, you don't need all that clearance. Yeah, you don't need all that clearance.
I'm already there.
And then sink your butt back. Yep. Keeping your hips low will keep your base lower, which is always a plus to keep you more balanced.
So that's more important than the actual.
Well, if your hips come up too much, then there could be some off balancing opportunities for him there. So I would only let him come up as much as they need to
Yeah.
make the back step possible.
Okay.
So you were up a good like 8 inches there that you didn't need,
Too
right?
much.
Yeah. So I think it depends on where their knee is.
Right. Okay.
If their knee's pointed north, like up towards the ceiling, that might require coming up a little bit more because you got extra clearance to cover there.
Yeah, or it depends on if they're defending that or
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
throwing their leg out.
And definitely put some heat on the ankle lock even when you're drilling it, just like to remind yourself and make sure that they actually feel some pressure there,
Right.
because like
Respect it, yeah.
that's how we're really going to enter the secondary leg or attack
Okay.
the saddle here, is because they're not thinking about the back step, they're thinking about getting finished by the ankle lock.
Thinking about this. Okay.
Yeah, If you don't really have any heat there, then you just go to back step. They're probably going to be able to track that a lot easier.
Got it, okay.
This was intense. Making positive comments.
I think I
I'm just slowly moving down. Yeah, you did. That was nice, man. You know, you should definitely keep making positive.
It was awesome though. It was like.
Nice. Put some heat on that now, Devin.
Yeah, and they do.
So start to go into extension and driving off his leg.
That's not happening to me. I wasn't giving up. I thought I broke my jaw.
That's good, Devin.
Really good.
You said it was clicking. It
Yeah.
wouldn't pop back in though.
Nice.
Got off the next one. My jaw's clicking.
All right, hey, let's bring it in, guys. Let's cover 2 more little details here that I think will be helpful, and then we're gonna move on.
All right. So we step. We never step shallow. We're always stepping deep. Anytime we're going to do any form of inside passing, we're never just going to give them access to our balance and entering our legs. Okay. We're always stepping deep. I'm controlling this far knee long enough for me to collect an overwrap. Once I have my overwrap, now I can start to fire my outside knee. Fire the outside knee through.
My head comes down. Look, there's a couple of good questions I got. And a couple of observations that I think we need to make. First off, right here, I need him to respect this ankle lock. Like if he doesn't feel a threat at all, then he's gonna have a much easier time reacting to the back step. I'm selling this so that the back step is cheap. I want it on a discount. I don't want to have to like really fight for it. So as I start to base out here, I want to start to put some heat on this, okay? Even if I can't get the finish, which I don't expect to, he should have to start respecting this right here, right? Okay, as he starts putting his boot on, he's fighting for it. Now we're up. Now look, if I miss that entry there and I start to get off base, it's okay. Just come back to the ankle lock, okay? And then we go back. We can play that dilemma all day. And I'm not really in any danger here. As long as my weight, my base stays good and on my head, even if I start to get off base here, or I miss the knee line, cool, just come back. No big deal, okay? Then I re-attack, and I go back. Okay, we can do both. Once I know I've beaten the knee line, I'm looking for my lock and I start to sink my hips back. Now my weight's starting to transition onto his legs. Now it's more like 50-50 on my knees and my head, versus here, it was all on my head. So that my leg can be light, my hips can be light. Then when I sit my hips back and I lock everything, now it's more evenly distributed. All right, so remember, put some heat on this, make them actually respect it. From here, I want to lock, and I windshield wipe this towards his butt, and I'm just gonna fall to my outside hip. Okay, right there. Sorry, inside in. Ideally, as much as I can stay on this hip, I would prefer it, because what's the primary leg right now? Any of my guys who know anything about leg locks? Which one is the primary leg right now that I'm attacking? Negative. His left foot. This is his primary foot, his primary leg, because I'm in saddle. I'm inside sankaku. Right? This is his secondary.
I was saying that was my right foot you grabbed.
This?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes. You're right. You're right. Sorry. I'm all turned around too. I was just upside down, okay? All right. So yes, the one that I've entrapped, entangled, that's the primary leg. This is secondary leg. Okay? So as much as I can though, so we landed here, right? When I go to do this pass off, I want to be in a position that keeps his heel exposed as much as I can, because the end goal is to finish him with a heel hook. Okay? So if I'm going to finish him with a heel hook, if you don't know anything about leg locks, you're getting an introduction now. I need the heel exposed. Anything that makes his heel go more towards the mat is less in my favor, more in his favor. Anything that hides his heel is what we would say. Instead, I want his heel exposed. So when I sit to the hip, come all the way out, and I'm here, when I go to do this pass off, as much as I can, for 2 reasons, I want to stay on this hip. I don't want to come back up here, and I definitely don't want to have to come all the way back over here. I can, right? You might get forced to, But for control, if I feed under, you see how I have a grip, like an over-under on the leg right now? This is kind of like this is a more efficient and systematic way of passing it off to make sure we don't lose it. Okay, so I have a scoop grip and an overwrap. I start to come under and I push the ankle, keeping 2 hands on it at all times, clear the elbow, and then I pitch his toes into my armpit and I pitch my elbow back to my torso. See how it's kind of a shotgun grip? You can have an overwrap grip on this, but just know when we go to finish, we're probably gonna wanna bring this out. So it's less important where your hand is, in my opinion. Like, you can have this if you want. What's more important is remembering, keep his toes captured in my armpit and keep my elbow pinched in towards my body. And if I'm on this hip, I get the added reinforcement of the floor and gravity. So I just got like a little shotgun grip on his calf right now. I can easily pummel my hand out now. Now I start to lock. Now even when I start to bring my hand over, I still have the added benefit of the floor, keeping his secondary control, or secondary leg control. Now I can get my tap right there, okay? So here's another concept for you for leg locks, if you're new to this. You should never, okay, never is not the right word. It's generally not gonna work out in your favor if you go for finishes, especially early on in leg locking. Don't even go for finishes until you have secondary leg control ever, no matter what kind of leg lock you're going for. If you will focus on secondary leg control first, your finish rate will go way up. So whether I'm here in inside sankaku or I'm in just a straight option here, if I focus on controlling the secondary leg first and then start thinking about the finish, my sub rate's gonna go way, way up. Versus if I'm just here and I'm just sending one thing, spamming that. Always look to control secondary leg, no matter what leg lock position we're in, okay? All right. What's the other thing? Oh, you had asked about the butt coming up. So when I'm here, so he was asking, Joe was asking, is my weight coming up, like is my butt coming up when I do this back step? The answer is yes, but only so much that I need for the clearance of the knee. So Chad's knee right now, my butt needs to come up to right there. Okay, bringing it up any further is just putting unnecessary weight into my head and possibly giving him access to off balancing me. Because I'm getting really committed to my head and my hips are coming up. And if the further my hips, it's kind of inverted from like a takedown, right? Like if we're always looking to have our head above our hips. When I'm on my head, the closer my hips get to my head, the easier I am to just tip over. Okay, so they only need to come up as much as his knee needs it to, right? So if his knee is kind of low like now, that's all I need. And then I knee him in the back of the knee and I lock. If his knee is a little bit higher, it comes up a little higher. The goal is the same though. I knee him in the back of the knee. I knee him forward. You see how it kind of brings his knee to me? Here, I'm here, and then I watch my knee come forward like I'm trying to knee him. And that brings it to the lock. So I don't have to go hunting for the lock. It just brings my knee to my foot. Here, under, ankle. Okay. All right, let's do 5 more pieces and we're gonna move on, all right? Any questions? All right, 1, 2, 3.
You good? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Just taking care of the wind.
It's like, is it nuts or a fart? I don't know which one it was.
The part.
Yep.
So from right here,
Mhm.
if I pull my arm out, I'm gonna lose my balance.
Pull your arm out.
Well, maybe not.
Take your something's looking a little funky with your. See, no, you're good. I think your knee got kind of caught up here, and I didn't expect that.
Which knee?
Your left knee. But no, you should be able to take it out. Just keep your elbow pinched in, and kind of like a shotgun grip on the calf. You can just you can just even keep your hand outside. That's fine. Yep. And try to lock your legs up. There you go. No, yeah. We'll go over finishing mechanics soon. The thing is, if you do a really good job of controlling both legs, the finish is always going to be easy. Like that's the easiest part if you control both legs.
Yeah.
We'll give you that. Good look flashy. Ow.
Come on, bro. Drill it like you're going to run it. Yes. All the way to the hip. All the way to, yeah. Mm-hmm. You control that knee line. You can, when you're kind of doing that transition, you can always be taking your free hand up towards the kneecap for just extra safety to control the knee line in those transitions.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Now we take a scoop grip, right? And then as we start to feed, we're gonna come over the toes and push the ankle. Yep. And now you can start to reach for the, reach for the kneecap. Yeah. And then you take it out and. Yeah, once everything's secured by the floor, then it's safe to take our hand out and go for the finish. Hips down, Joe. Yeah. Now that we have our lock, let's make sure our weight's on his knees or beyond. Yeah, it starts to come off our head now.
Okay.
Now we're just gonna sit to our left hip. Nice. Feed out and around.
Pressure on the toes.
Okay. Then you can take the hand out. Mm-hmm. All right, start. Y'all make sure you're putting a little heat on this initial ankle lock before you do anything else. What I mean by that is that your spine should start to go in extension. If you're looking to actually finish that, your spine's going to have to start going into extension. So if you're still all balled up, you're not really going for it.
When you're there. Yeah, 'cause it makes me
Kind of like you're going to finish a belly down ankle lock. That's basically what we're doing here. Nice. Yep. Hey, go back to that overhook, Tucker. On the other one, with your right arm, like back where you initially were before you fed it. Nice. Now come under with the left arm, but keep the overwrap. Now start to come under with the right to where you can, or out and around so you can push. And then try to, almost like you're taking your shirt off, take your left elbow up and then out and then around to pinch towards your torso. That makes sense? Your left elbow up and then elbow myself in the torso. No, you see how you're kind of shucking it? Instead, like take your left elbow, like an uppercut right now with your left elbow. All the way through with the but not with the ankle, like with your elbow, right? Just, yep. And then elbow comes out and around. I'll show you in a second. It's all good. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Here. Under. I come up to the ankle. This is what I meant by uppercut. Here.
And then now.
And then I hit from versus this requires a little bit of like timing to just kind of move my body out of the way. Versus if I first think about initiating it, it's a lot less of me having to move myself out of the way. But I'm still guiding. I'm guiding his leg over there without having to move my head out of the way.
Yeah. Here for you, bro.
Your way's not wrong either. I'm just giving you a different way that might be a little more controlling. Yep. And then push on the ankle. Yeah, and you can also push on the ankle at the same time.
Yeah. And then back to your hips.
So you can do both. So you can feed out around the toes with your top arm with a C clamp in the ankle, and then feed everything over. The left arm look perfect.
Rather than sit backwards.
That's smooth.
The weight, arms,
I think it'll give you a little more control.
just kind of roll. Yeah, yeah.
I was trying to get like
Nice. Yep, yep. Nice. Let's do this pass off. Hey, you can't be lazy with that pass off, okay? He's gonna kick that. He's gonna pull that leg out of there if you give him an inch. Guys, don't be lazy with that pass off because we're drilling right now. In a real roll, you give them an inch, they're pulling that leg right out. And now you don't have both legs. And you still might get the finish, but we'd rather, our sub rate's going to go way through the roof if we had control of both legs first.
Golly, John. When's the last time you did an EO rep like that? Like 2 years ago or something?
Not on my foot. You need to choke open.
Tucker's the only other person in this room who knows what an EO is.
I know. He kind of was joking around, moving over like.
I gotta be honest, I still don't know how to spell it. I just say Eeyore.
I avoided trying to. There are words that I just put down because I don't know.
I didn't know how to Google it because I was trying to look it up one day and I was like, I don't know how to spell this.
There's another jiu-jitsu. There's like 2 or 3 jiu-jitsu moves that I have no idea how to spell.
Yeah,
In reality, I'm coming out. Okay.
I just learned Gongoa. You know that one?
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a certain type of guard recovery, or a certain type of roll for guard recovery, but I had never heard the word. It's something Todd brought me.
There's one that's, I'll think of it in a minute. Everybody knows it, but I can't spell it.
Guys, everybody get one more. All right, we're gonna move on.
I'll think of it in a minute. My brain's
What is it?
I don't know. I can't think of it. I'll think of it in a minute, but it's extremely common, but I have no idea how to spell it.
Yeah.
Every time I try to convey it as text or something.
Like a position or something?
Now,
Yeah, like
now switch over.
I think it's a sub,
Okay.
but I can't remember.
Imanari, Granby, Barambolo.
No. I do remember when we were going over the Triangle Series back at the old school.
Mm-hmm.
This is way back, but I had made like, when Nick first started going over those, I started trying to make flashcards, and I like had no idea. I couldn't even search it on YouTube because I didn't know how to spell it.
Yeah.
Some of the triangles.
Yeah. He also had misspelled a couple things.
And then I think there's like multiple ways to spell.
Well, there
one of them.
was one that he was just mispronouncing,
Yes.
and I think that was causing me to look it up wrongly
Yes.
too. And then I figured out, oh, that's not how it's
And
spelled
it's
or
the
said.
main one. It's the base one.
Ushiro.
Huh?
Ushiro.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
He
it.
said Ishido, and it was
Ashido Sakaku.
Ishiro.
And
Yeah.
and yeah, I think that was one of the.
I eventually figured that out, but I started looking up like Ooh, she dove. And I was like, nothing's coming up.
Yeah.
And then if you finish it, sit up a little bit for the security.
Basically,
All right, boys, let's move on.
I would do a search and through context of the engine and figure out what I was saying. Then I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
All right, guys, let's bring it in. We're gonna go over this more on Thursday. We'll also go over the finish. Time that y'all, I think most of y'all don't have much introduction to leg locks yet, so it's time that y'all learn some leg locks. Also, this month we're gonna be a little all over the place, which is not common with me. I like to go really deep on one thing, but I'm gonna give you all a mental break, and we're just gonna go do a more traditional style of some random stuff. I'm gonna try to put some cohesiveness to it.
Is there gonna be a prep for what they're gonna see with grapple nights since they're doing PGF rules?
Is there gonna be a what?
Like a prep for that?
Prep?
Like, I told Tuck, I said, you
Yeah.
really need to get familiar. I know that the big thing's coming later, but like 22nd, there's an event, and they're all gonna have to abide by the PGF rules.
Yeah.
And people like,
We'll go-
like for the last two competitions he's had, he didn't really have to hit legs hard, which he's been doing for years, but it's like you kind of get out of whack with it
We'll
sometimes.
do,
so,
yeah, we're gonna go over that in practice tonight,
Okay.
for sure, and every practice leading up.
Like rules
Rules
and strategy.
And some live training around the rules, so, yeah, for sure. But it's good for everybody, because also, I hope all of you will compete in MSGF on October 4th, like, it's very low key and low pressure. It's like, you don't have to compete, again, but I hope you all do, everybody should compete at least one time. And if you do, you should know a little bit about the leg locks, I think, just because they're part of the rule set. All right. Let's do a quick review of our half guard techniques we've been going over, and I want to give you one more today. Okay, so just yeah, on your knees. I'll be half guard. All right, so we're playing from our knee shield today. All right. So whether I play a high knee shield or low knee shield, remember I'm gonna fly through this because this is review for most of you. Okay, and if you want to watch more, go back and watch the past 2 nights of live streams. Okay. If I'm playing a high knee shield, I have a foot on the inside. I can cut the tricep here so that if I start to bring him in and he pulls away, he pulls me with him. If I'm playing a low knee shield, that's fine too. My frames are always, my priorities are always not letting my knee pass the center line and always not letting him grab my head. So he comes in to grab my head, a 2-on-1 right there. If he's putting a lot of pressure forward, one cross shoulder post with my elbow and my, or cross shoulder frame with my hand and my elbow will help frame. And then I can reinforce that with the ground like this, and I can get a 2-for-1 here to keep his hand off my head. All right, I always want my feet above my feet. I never want my feet like look in different directions. One foot always over the other, whether they're locked or not. If they're not locked, it makes me more mobile and able to, as he moves his hips, able to shift my hips around much more fluidly. If I lock it down, it's structurally more sound, but I'm at a little bit of a mobility disadvantage. So it just depends on what you need to do, what kind of game you're playing, how tired you are, how much you're trying to slow it down, all that stuff matters. But the heuristic is feet over feet no matter what. This is never lazy. If he starts to pummel his foot, the shoelaces to the inside, yeah, then I'm gonna start getting passed. Okay, so this is always back heeling. This can be a little bit of extension, so you got a little bit of a push-pull here going on. 2-on-1 on the bicep, or if he's giving me a lot of forward pressure, I'm here, okay? Number one priority is don't let him grab my head, all right? Next, this is the low knee shield. The high knee shield will be in the shoulder with the foot on the inside until I'm ready to bring it out to attack. But this does give me extra reinforcement if I have my foot on the quad or even a butterfly hook. From here, we're gonna set up our half guard entry. So the first thing I'm gonna look to do is get a reaction from him. So if I start to pull him in and he gives me a good reaction, I wanna, as he gives me that reaction, I'm gonna kick my foot higher than my knee. This opens, you see how this opens up his elbow and his armpit? Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna follow my knee with my elbow and swim my hand through. Okay, one thing that you might find yourself trying to do is just kind of following like this, but if you miss the timing on here and he punches an underhook, now I'm in a worse position. Now I'm chest to chest half guard, he has an underhook, and I'm gonna die. Okay? No, seriously, that's where we go to die. That's where you always remember chest to chest half is where everybody goes to die, no matter how good they are. Okay, so here, I get that reaction as he pulls back. My foot kicks higher than my knee. My elbow follows, and then my hand pummels through. My goal now is to sit up and hit him in the heart with my ear, get to my elbow, and grab my tight waist all in one motion. So here, and kick up, there. Okay? Now I'm on my elbow or my hand, whichever one, but a post. Okay, from here, tight waist is super important. I don't want to be up here. I don't even want to be here. I want the tight waist. And now I want my ear glued to him. And now I can start to threaten coming up. So I can either start to build height. If he does nothing, then I can swim my outside foot and come up into the dog fight. That's totally fine. But 9 times out of 10, if I really make a concerted effort to come up, I'm gonna get that strong reaction. Now, a couple other things they might do here. Again, this is review, I'm flying through this. I'm sorry if this is all new to you. He's whizzering me right now. If you don't know what this is, a whizzer is when if I get this deep underhook, and he overhooks that arm and starts shucking his hand through, yeah, he can now start to like, first off, the number one thing he's getting is I can't get to his back. If he doesn't have a whizzer, he takes his whizzer out, then I just get his back. Okay, so the whizzer is really useful. This is also like, even if we're standing, right? If I get an underhook on him, if he doesn't whizzer me, then I get a rear body lock. Like it's pretty standard. But with a whizzer, it's a good defensive response from him. He can start to, he can even apply pressure with his shoulder, not as much as if we were standing, but still some pressure. And he can most importantly block me from his back. Now from here, I start to sit up. I get that reaction from him, and he gets really committed to starting to flatten me back out. This is where, as I feel this momentum coming, I gotta take this post away so that I can build the momentum even further. And I'm gonna dive and connect my elbow into the back of his knee, his far knee over there. So I get this reaction, there. Keep my tight waist, this is everything. If this gets lazy and I start creeping up here or whatever, a lot of stuff's not gonna work. I need to stay tight. This tight waist is everything. All right, from here, if he really committed to that, there's no finesse to it. He just like muscled me back down, and the momentum is so powerful that he's still going that way by the time I connect my elbow to his knee. Then, no problem. We'll just go with it and put him on the hip. Most people will recognize what's happening. You know, if they've been doing jiu-jitsu for a little while, they're gonna recognize what's happening. They're not gonna overcommit to that. So I'm gonna find myself here. Next thing I'm gonna look to do, I gotta change my leg configuration. So I was in this like inside lock right now. I'm gonna take my outside leg, scoop the heel, almost like I'm going for a knee elbow escape. Start to put his knee or his hip in internal rotation. Make his foot point out. That's the name of the game for half guard. Like the more I can make his foot point out like this and compromise his knee and his hip, the more like his athleticism is shut down and the more that I can start to be offensive. That's like, if you don't remember anything else, remember 2 points of contact here and then figure out a way to make his foot point out. If you take nothing else away today, take this away. This is half guard.
I've had somebody do that before.
What's that?
I've had somebody do that pressure on my post-surgery knee, like, and I had them, and I had to let go of everything I had.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if they knew they were doing it, but that crank pressure that you're giving toward just like that, I don't even know if they knew they were doing it. I had to completely let go of everything because I felt like my knee was going to blow out.
Yeah, this is very effective. This is literally old man jiu-jitsu. Like if you want good old man jiu-jitsu, I'm trying to get good at old man jiu-jitsu because I'm gonna be old one day, right? Really, I gotta get better so I can get this old guy better behind the camera.
Yes.
You're getting pretty old soon. You shouldn't laugh. All right, so look, make his foot point that way. That's the name of the game. All right, now as I use my upper body connection and suck him under, and I can even use my knee to bump him forward, my bottom knee clears his knee. Once my bottom knee is clear of his knee, I can lock, I can not lock. It doesn't matter as much. What matters is leverage. Wherever I feel like I have the most leverage to make his foot point out, do that. It doesn't matter if you lock. That's not as important, okay? It's like right now, I don't really feel like I need to lock. I feel like right there, I'm good. All right, so now, next week, we just reviewed this, or we just did this last week. We're gonna
We're gonna pinch our elbows in close to our body, make a big broad chest, just to trap that whizzer in for a split second. I don't need it trapped forever, I need it trapped just for a couple seconds. As I do this, I'm gonna plant and look the opposite direction. Okay? The other response is I go for this, but he does get the whizzer out. Okay, and he bases out. I bring my right knee back on the other side of his knee, and then I start to walk away from him.
And I put him on a hip. I incorrectly taught this last class. I was teaching walking into them, walk away from them. Okay? Or try both, see which one fits you better. But I think walking away is more effective.
I was
Okay.
wondering about that.
I taught it wrong.
I looked at it and I was like, I mean, if you, it's weird, but if you keep going, it can fold them. It makes them get linear eventually.
Yeah,
But you know,
maybe both work, but walking away definitely is more efficient.
Yeah.
It might be the right way. I'm not sure. You know, I hesitate to say right and wrong sometimes, but there might be a right way here.
all right, from here, change our legs up, beat him at the knee. All right, now if he's whizzering me, then we simply plant and look over that way. If he's not whizzering me, he bases out. When I go for this, right knee to right back above his knee line, and then I start walking away, it's gonna break him down to an elbow. All right, let's run both of those, and then let's do a new one real quick. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it is. I was wrong.
Well, I thought I was going crazy because when
The
I
other
was
way worked.
I was trying
Yeah,
to-
but it was.
when we were downstairs, I was trying to tell Tug and everybody, and I told him to go a different way than you were going, because I thought you were saying to go that way, and then they were like, no, he said to go the other way. Like, all right, okay, I guess, and I was like, I don't know, maybe.
No, I was wrong. It was maybe both work, but
But I watched them do
going
it.
away is way more efficient.
But I think it may be more efficient, but I think they can both work, because the way you were teaching it, they were doing it, and they were, you know, it's like you're trying to take them from being some version of this to being a log.
Yeah.
where You can roll, and they were getting that way eventually.
Yeah.
With the way you were showing. So.
Well, I rewatched it. I rewatched it today, the Danaher stuff, and it was like, yeah, I did it the wrong way. Maybe the other way does work. Hey, make sure you're on the waist, Joe. Make sure you're on the waist, Joe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm too high up.
Deep, tight waist. Grab that hip socket and pinch. Yeah. Yep.
Knowing Danaher and his efforts to be efficient, it's very possible they both work, and he just shows that as the more efficient way.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't watched enough half guard material from enough people to know.
Well, it's like you're saying, it's not, it may not be technically wrong, you know?
I mean, whatever gets them over is right,
Right.
but it may not be pretty and efficient. Yeah.
I'll take an ugly success any day.
Yeah.
No, I'm the whole foot. Whichever way you want, low shield, high shield.
Hey, Devin, bring your knee shield back. If you're going to play a low, it needs to be in his near side hip. Or if you want to play a high, it needs to be in his shoulder. But it never, your knee can't, pretty much never needs to be across the center line.
Okay.
He's going to be able to collapse that frame much easier. Okay. Yep. As he goes to pull away, you go with that momentum, Devin. Let your elbow follow your knee and shoot your hand through. Grab his far waist, his far hip. Sit. You got to sit up. Sit all the way up. Yeah, you got it. Cody, you remember this. You did this. Yeah, cool.
You want to lean.
Pull down.
All right, Austin, for your knee shield, let's So you got to pick. If you want to play a low, that's fine, but it needs to be in his hip, like in his hip bone. If you want to play a high, it needs to be in his shoulder. It can't ever cross his center line. If it crosses his spine, he's just going to collapse your frame. Yeah. So I was playing this from a high, but you can play it from a low. What's most important is that you block the head control. You get a reaction so that he's pulling away. And as he pulls away, your foot and knee kick through to create momentum, and your elbow and hand follow. And you sit up and you hit him in the chest with your head.
Okay.
Yep. Now let's take your ear to his chest. All right. Now get back on your elbow. Yeah. There we go. Now are we on his waist with our left hand? I can't see. Yep. Perfect. Now as he goes to flatten you back out, I want you to dive under, go with it, and get your elbow in on the knee. Perfect. Now we're in position. Now we can start to work with the legs to change up our legs. All right, and you might have to move yourself under him, right? Because he's already kind of fallen over. Okay.
What I was talking all about with that dude that would make me let go, make sure you go ahead and follow through and make him, don't just get here and get the legs in the correct position, the legs are in that position to get you. Basically, it's making.
Yeah. Let's keep that head on the inside. Yep. Keep the head on the inside. Glue it to his chest. Now dive under. Now your head, for you to dive, your head's got to go. Like your head, almost like you're trying to put your head between his legs. Like dive that head under as he goes with the momentum. Take your head away and dive under. Yeah. Try to get back up, Joe. Try to base back up. Yeah. Now play with the legs. So you might need to shift your hips out that way so that you can bring your legs, you want to get your left heel to the mat on the inside. So that you're going to have to move your hips. There you go.
Okay.
Yes. Now back heel to make his foot point out that way with your heel. So you might have to move your hips some more, right? There you go.
Okay.
Start to make it point. Okay. Now you want to get your knee lower than your right knee lower than his knee. So you might need to move your hips out some more, right? It just needs to extend. Extend that knee. And try to make his leg bend with your heel. Right? You see how it's long right now? Again, I think you need to move your hips a little bit here. Yeah. All right, here, come here. Let me show you. Here, you hold the camera. You hold the camera. I'm gonna give you a tip here. Okay.
Over. You see I'm on my hip? I'm not flat. See that also?
Yeah.
Alright, you see how I'm feeding my heel over to his ankle?
Okay.
And now I'm starting to make his leg curl up. So I can put his knee out and make his foot point that way. See that?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, as I start to scoop him in with my hands, my arms, all I'm trying to do is kick my right knee straight until my knee is below his knee. See that? See how my knee is under his knee now?
Yes.
Now I can lock my legs or whatever. But I want to make sure the leverage is always down by his ankle. That's the end of the leg. I want the leverage to his knee. Because if I can manipulate his knee, make it turn, then I'm manipulating his hip.
Okay.
So if I'm at the ankle, that's the thing that I want. That's the lever I want access to. Now as I even just slightly rotate my knees towards the ceiling, I'm able to manipulate his. Right. And that's the name of the game, is being able to make his, put a little bend in his leg and make his.
Well, not be able supposed to do that. I was talking about five.
And then from here, this is where we can trap.
It's supposed to be done that way so that you
And put him on his.
Okay.
That's your left leg crossed over, right?
What's that?
That's your left leg crossed over.
Yeah, outside leg. So we're in half guard. Inside leg is the one initiating the lock.
Yeah.
We transition.
Okay.
Same like what we're about to do.
Actually go to a dog fight.
Get it to here.
But
There, yes. Now, don't snap it, but start pressurizing that and feel his hips turn. Right there.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. Hey, get one more. We're gonna do one more today before we stop class. Remember, if you don't remember anything else, make their foot point out, away from their body. You whizzer him, Tucker. Yep. Okay. Guys, if they don't whizzer you when you're drilling, just so you're not doing the wrong thing, like just take their back, right? If they're not whizzering, if you can get the back even in the drill, just go get the back, just so it's teaching you both the right reactions.
Below mine, yeah, you keep it, and then you switch up. Because then I'm gonna just finish it. So yeah, go back.
There you go. Yeah, that's way easier, huh? Yeah. Sorry. All right, guys, one more for the old man, and then we're going to do one more sweep because I wanted to do one new thing. Grab the waist. Yeah, put your fingers in that hip socket. If you find the right spot, you can even make this hurt a little bit, which is always a plus. Yep, back heel. Yep. Make his foot point out. Okay, you might have to move your hips under him to create the right angle. Mm-hmm. You might have to move your hips to get the right angle to put bend in his leg, if that makes sense. Like if I can't get my heel to the front of the ankle, then I'm gonna have a hard time bending the leg, right? If I'm trying to bend from the side, it's just gonna make their leg go straight.
So your hips are gonna go further inside or
Outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if the hips are the outside, then that means I've got more clearance to round the corner with my heel.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, hey, one more.
All right, same situation here. All right, so again, this is, when I fire this through, remember, it's a kipping motion. I need to create momentum with my leg, right? So as momentum's already going that way, I'm gonna add to it by kicking through, aggressively kicking through and using all this momentum to sit up, right? Or if he's really committed to pulling back, and he pulls back, then I'll just let him pull me up with that tricep grip. But 9 times out of 10, you're gonna need to create some extra momentum here too. So I'm pulling, and as he goes, my foot kicks up and through, and through. Okay, not just up, but up and through, up and through. My elbow connects to my knee, and I swim under. Okay, so in one motion, it's, and then I need a post behind me. My post is just here, right? It's much easier for him to collapse here. Even just this little change of the hand, even if I'm not on my hand, just this little change of the hand is that much more powerful. Okay, my ear is on his chest, definitely not out here. Okay, let's make sure we glue our head to the chest and get in really tight spaces. The enemy here. Okay, taking up all this, like gluing ourselves. This is old man jiu-jitsu, and it's very effective if we want to slow down the game. Now, as I get that reaction from him, we dive under. I change my leg configuration. Watch my hips. If my hips are really, you see how my butt's square now? If I try to change my leg configuration now, I'm just gonna straighten his leg. Right? I'm gonna have a really hard time putting bend in it. Look, now that I'm on my right hip, Now my heel can start to reach towards the front of his ankle versus just the side. If it's on the front, it's much easier for me to put that bend in his leg. And that bend is what I'm looking for, because that is the internal hip rotation that I want. Okay, so if I'm here, a lot of you are having some trouble here, where you were like trying to fight for this, but it was just a straight leg. If I stay on my hip, I get more clearance to reach around towards the front of the ankle and back heel. All right, now, I try one sweep, he bases out, okay? I tried 2 sweeps, but this guy's just too strong. He's athletic, whatever, X, Y, Z. He manages to come back up, right? So we're gonna go with this momentum. The moment I feel, so I take him this way. The moment I feel the momentum start to shift back this way, and I know I'm gonna lose this fight, we're gonna go with it. Oh, no, sorry, don't fall. Don't fall, stay up. Okay, here. All right, let's see here. We start to take him over. As soon as he bases back up, we're looking to go with it. Okay, from here, I'm gonna come up. You don't have to come up. Look, just so y'all know. You can come back up and then just refire again. Totally fine. But another answer for you is as he's coming back up, we come back up and we set up into this dogfight position. We call this the dogfight. Take your wizard. This is called the dogfight position. He's got his overhook, underhook, and I've got my, the way we changed our legs for our half guard sweeps, I've got that same kind of hook on his leg. Okay, my other leg has come out, but I've got my outside leg hooking his leg instead of my inside, right? We'd still be kind of in half guard if I was like this, but instead it's my outside leg, which is now my inside leg. Kind of confusing, right? But this is dogfight, right? We're hip to hip. Now from here, first thing I want to do is get a reaction out of him. So I'm going to start to drive into him, okay? And he's going to post out, even with his leg. They post out a straight leg on him. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. If I see this is where we're going to hit this sweep. This is going to be called the roll under sweep. The moment I'm in dogfight and I see him post out because I gave him this big driving reaction and he decided to take this knee up, we're going to punish him for this. You can sting on this knee though, okay? Yeah, he's heavy here. I'm going to block at the knee, okay? If I don't block the knee, he's going to be able to cut through as soon as I go for this. It's not going to be good. I block at the knee, and now my objective is to reach through and put my palm on his knee. Right there. One more time. Okay. Here, we're playing. I get that reaction I'm looking for. Bam. Okay. He wizards me. I start to get up. He flattens me off. Nope, don't like that. Okay. I start to take him over. He bases out. He starts coming back up. I immediately get to my hip and my elbow and sit up. Okay. I keep my tight waist. I'm staying glued to him. I'm looking for a specific reaction here in the drill. Okay. He's not always going to post his foot out, but for this drill, we're going to assume he posted his foot out. If I start to drive into him and he gets on that leg, we're going to punish him. Knee tap or just a knee block here. And then I dive through, connect my hand to the inside of the knee. Right? Put ourselves in chest to chest half if we want, or we can back step and go to work here. All right? 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Ian.
I missed the transition.
There you go, Cody. Yes. That's how we adjust the hips. Now beat him at the knee. Beat him at the right knee. So you need to pull him in and extend your right leg just so you beat his knee. You want your right knee under his knee. Yeah, see now we can start to lock if we wanted to around his ankle. Yeah. That's where this is where we set up all those initial sweeps that we were doing at the beginning. Right? So we start setting those up. He bases out with his hand. We try to take him over, and he bases out with his right hand. You take that whizzer out. All right? And he starts coming back into you. Right? So this is we're assuming that you went for the first sweep, right? So his weight, he started the sweep, but he was able to base out and start pushing back. As he pushes back, we're going to go with the momentum and come up into the dogfight. Yep. Keep your head in tight. Head in tight. Yep. Now we start to give him a little love so that he bases out with that left leg. As soon as that left leg comes up and the knee's off the ground, that's our cue. We block the knee. Yes, sir. Nice.
They may do that.
Beautiful. Y'all listen so well.
Nice.
Yep. Keep it on the hip, Tucker, on the hip. Tight waist. Yep. Yeah, so reach deeper with that waist. We're not going to go for anything until we have our fingers. Yes. Now let's play with our leg configuration. Okay. Yep. Now we're going to go for our original sweeps. Yep. We go for our original sweeps. He bases out. So
I kind of missed the transition.
yeah, so first go ahead and take him towards the next one where you would be walking away from him right now since he's based out. So you can start to get his weight that way. Okay? Now, as he starts to aggressively push back into you, we're going to sit up into the dogfight. So I need you to get up on a hip and an elbow. Yes, and bring that outside leg out. This is dogfight. Head in tight still. We give him a little love, so he has to post out. Right? If we ever see that knee leave, that's our cue. Now we're going to block the knee with your right knee. So your right knee comes in front of his knee, and then we just roll through, connect our hand to his back of his knee. Yeah. Yep. Head inside, Austin. Head inside. Yeah. There you go. All right. Now dive for it. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Keep your head in tight. Glue your head to his shoulder and chest. Okay. Yeah. Now start to come up. Okay. Perfect. Now you give him a little love. He has to extend that. If he bases out with that left leg as you push into him. That's the cue. If he ever does this in a dogfight, punish him. You take your knee goes to his knee, and then your hand goes to his other knee. He doesn't use dogfight term.
Okay, because I was like, that's an Eddie Bravo thing from way back when we were doing it, like 20 years ago.
I think he mentions the term because it's popular, but
I think it's like neon, kind of everybody uses that. But
yeah.
not all of it. Some of it is like really bad. But I was curious if Danaher would.
I haven't heard him say it. Maybe he will at some point. I have heard him with other moves. Like, funny enough, Danaher actually invented the Darce. But his student, Joe Diace or whatever, is the one who actually made it popular.
Yeah.
And so everybody calls it a Darce. He's like, but it's,
Yeah.
I call it, and always called it an inverted katakatame since the 90s. He's like, but everybody knows this as a Darce, so I'll refer to it as a Darce.
Yeah, I've heard about that before.
I didn't know that. I was watching that.
Couple
months ago.
Nick said it one time in passing, like, I think.
Makes sense, because I'm just watching all the same stuff he ever watched.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what happened. It's funny hearing those terms, though. It's like I want to go back and get our my Eddie Bravo videos and like run through them it was all based on rubber guards and stuff.
Well, I have like all of BMAX videos, and I haven't gone through them all. Obviously, it's hundreds of videos.
This is like freaking like we were gonna bring Eddie Bravo and Mario called him and he was gonna come and he had to cancel because it wound up being Mother's Day.
I got a question.
Yeah.
After trapping this knee,
Yep.
when I'm scooping his knee with this hand, am I focusing more on that just as he rolls through, or am I actually trying to shoot all the way over?
You're shooting through.
So I'm
You're trying to take your head between his legs. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Rather than just falling and catching it on.
Yeah, it's literally called a roll under sweep
So I'm
or a
rolling
roll through
all
sweep.
the way through.
Mhm.
Because with his legs, it's pretty far. So in my mind, I was like, if I wait, there's no way I'm gonna be able to catch this.
Nah, he just collapsed back on you, and you might get your half guard back maybe, but you
So a
gotta.
lot of even attempting that might depend on the placement of where their leg under the mic.
Maybe, yeah. If they're really like not well based out,
Yeah.
then there's probably other sweeps available for sure. There's other sweeps available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Straight out is a great place for him to base out when you're trying to. Because if he doesn't, there's like knee taps there and single legs there and stuff. So like basing out is a good response from him if he bases out. If you're hip to hip and he bases out this way, that's
This could be a common response.
that's a common response. If they base out this way, they're going over. Yeah, you just take them for a ride, put their face in the ground right there. Yeah.
Okay. So shoot through.